Besties, it has been a minute since I've done a Shop My Stash. I absolutely love doing Shop My Stashes because it forces me to use the makeup that I have in my collection, makeup that I might have even forgotten about. So grab a snack, besties, grab a drink, and we're gonna go ahead and go shopping. Alrighty, so let's start off with this store right here. It's getting a little messy because I just not have been taking good care of it, but we're gonna ignore the mess. So what primer have I not used in a minute? I don't really have that many primers. I mean, it looks like I do, but like I really don't. And I generally do use a lot of these primers a lot. So I think a primer that I probably honestly have not reached for in a minute is probably gonna be my Estee Lauder Double Wear Blurring Primer. So let's go ahead and use that today. For foundation, a foundation that a foundation that I haven't used in forever, and I almost kind of don't want to because apparently it's being discontinued, is actually from One Size, the Turn Up the Base foundation. I have to kind of mix two shades together to get my right shade, but like apparently this is being discontinued from what I'm hearing, and I'm just like, what? Why would they do that? Why would they do that? So we're gonna go into that. For concealer, y'all know that I need this because I have a really big ass pimple. I don't really use a lot of concealers, and the concealers that I use, I pretty much do rotate with. So, what's a concealer that I haven't used in a minute? I mean, I pretty much use all of these. So like, there's really like nothing new I could pick through. Let's go into shitty Milk makeup. I love Milk makeup with a passion, but these are shitty, so we're gonna use that today. For setting powder, again, I pretty much use almost all of my setting powders, so I really don't have a setting powder that I haven't really played with much. But we're still going to go into something that I just generally haven't reached for. Let's just go into my Huda Beauty one, and then like for finishing powder, like a pressed finishing powder, we can go into like my Nakia Joy Cosmetics. Okay, perfect. For bronzers, blush, and highlighters. So for cream or stick bronzer, what have I not used in a minute? Let's see. This is a highlight. I don't know why it's over there. Probably because I'm in a room. Oh, you know what? I have not used my Lunar Beauty. Which shade do I need? Let's go into Lunar Beauty. I have not used my Lunar Beauty, this in a long time, so let's go ahead and use that. And do I still have my yes, I do. Let's go into Lunar Beauty blush because I haven't used that either. Let's go into Rosarina. And do I have a Lunar Beauty highlight still? Do I have a Lunar? I think I actually decluttered mine. I'm not gonna lie. I do think I decluttered mine way back in the day. Yeah, I do think I decluttered my Lunar Beauty highlight. So what highlight can I use that I have not used in a minute? This one's hard because like I said, I've pretty much used all my highlighters. So I don't really know what highlighter I haven't really used. It had to be from like something over here, but like a highlighter that you guys can still get. I don't know what you can still get. Maybe I'll go into this. No. I'll go into this one from Nomad. I'll use this today as a highlight. No. I think I'll use this today as a highlight. Wait, I can't. I think I'll use this today as a highlight. Okay, that's good. And then I need a powdered blush and a powdered bronzer. Okay, so for powder blush, what have I not used in a minute for powder blush that I can definitely use today? Let's see. I don't know what I could. Maybe I can use a Senj Beauty. Oh, I'll use Senj Beauty for powder, and then for bronzer, like a powdered bronzer that hasn't seen the light of day in just a minute. Oh, let's go into my Say bronzer right here. I don't know if I still have any of this left, but we'll go into use that because I haven't used that in a minute. And then I can use like my Morphe brow gel to set it. And then for mascara, it's a mascara that I haven't used in a minute. Ooh, let's go into Polite Society. And then I'm going to want to mix it with something. But what do I want to mix it with? That's the true question. Let's go mix it with It Cosmetics Waterproof. Let's do that. And then like for eyes, what do I want to do for eyes? because I'm going to the movies after this and I don't want to have anything too intense in my eyes. All right, let's go into this since I spent like $40 on this and I don't really use that much. Let's go into that today. Ignore this right here. This is me trying to set up a full face of new makeup. I'm still waiting on a product. What can I do about lips? This would be a really pretty color. Like an all over lip. Okay, let's do that. And then maybe we can add like a Morphe gloss on top. But I need some sort of like lip liner to go with that. This drawer is something else. It truly is something else. Honestly, guys, I could spend forever trying to find like a lip liner in here. I'm just going to randomly find one. I'm not going to film it because it's going to take forever. But we are going to go into setting sprays because I have some stuff right here. So I'm going to use the Morphe setting spray. We'll use Milk Makeup today too. And I think that is going to pretty much be a full face of makeup that I haven't used in a hot minute. So we're going to start off with skincare or skin prep. So I'm going to go into the POV Drip It right here because I did buy this last year. I paid my own money for this last year to try this out. And I actually want to make sure that I get my money's worth because this was not cheap. I mean, I do like the germ shit, but I mean, I think theirs is so much better than this personally, but that is also like my personal opinion. But it's not a bad product at all. It definitely does get the job done. Then I'm going to go in with Drip It right here as well. My eyebrows are looking crazy. Thank you for all the well wishes about saying that you guys hope I get better. I definitely have like a head cold. And I definitely feel better, but like I'm really congested and like my ears are congested as well. So I'm just like, man, it's the worst. It's the freaking worst. Last night, my husband and I watched Wuthering Heights, like the new movie with Jacob Elordi and like Margot Robbie. Now, I read the book back in like 10th grade when I was in my AP literature class, okay? And I don't remember the book being the way that the movie was, if that makes any sense. So I remember so we started to watch this movie having kind of no idea what we were going into. And we were just like, what is this? I mean, like, they literally had Margot Robbie's room. Like, the wallpaper was her, like, skin. And it had, like, her veins and her mold, like, her moles on her chest as, like, the wallpaper. And I was just like, what is it? It was so weird. It was so weird. And my husband was just like, what are you having me watch right now? And I was like, well, you know, I don't really know. I was like, when I watched this back in the day, I don't recall. I'm going to go in with this right here because I need to cover this bad boy up. When I, read this book back in the day, I don't recall it being like kind of as eccentric and weird as it is. And I think I saw a story about how the director or the creator wanted to kind of, you know, go all out and like create something very unique in like her interpretation of it. I don't know. All I know was that I mean, we were entertained at the movie, but my husband by the end of it was like, what did you have me watch? And I was just like, I have no clue. I have no clue. Now, when it comes to like picking up movies with my husband, sometimes I have a really good track record of finding some really good movies for us to watch, or like mostly TV shows. I feel like I have a good track record for us watching TV shows. When it comes to watching like movies, Besties, he does not like my choice of movies for the most part because I'll put on stuff like that and he'd be like, what did you just have me watch? I'm like, I don't know, because even I was like, I don't kind of know what we watched, but it was entertaining to say the least. Like, we were definitely very entertained through it. I will say Jacob Elordi, he's a really fine actor, so I really enjoyed watching him. And I realized I can't use this brow product because it's empty. There's like really like nothing left. Yeah, man. Okay, well, I gotta throw this away. Morphe it is. So yeah, anyway, we were watching that last night and we were just like, what are we watching? So like, I'm still kind of like thinking about that movie because it just was a very unique interpretation of Wuthering Heights. If you guys have ever seen it, like, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this movie. I know I saw a lot of TikToks back in the day when the movie first came out, people leaving the theaters crying. I didn't feel the need to get emotional. Am I cold-hearted for that? I don't really know. I didn't really feel the need to get emotional during the movie, but I will say it was very interesting to watch. It was very unique movie to watch. Now, the thing is, though, there's also a movie that I want to watch called, like, Dracula's, like, Story Untold, or some Dracula movie that recently also came out. And I know that one's also supposed to be a unique take on the Dracula story, like his love story, like Dracula love story. And I kind of want to watch that too. But no, I don't know if I'd be able to get my husband to watch that. Because I also know that one is a unique one. I might not tell him. And I might just make us watch it. So when the movie's over, he looks at me like, what did you just have us watch? And I'm just going to be like, I don't know. The critics said it was great. I'm going to go into the Estee Lauder here. Now, if you guys recently saw my story, I posted a picture of my cat, Callie. And a lot of you guys asked me what was happening with my cat. If you guys don't know, my cat, Callie, she is 18 years old. She just turned 18 in January. And, you know, I'm going to try to get through this part without getting emotional because it just makes me upset. But she has lost a lot of weight. She throws up maybe like 3 times, sometimes 4 times a day, just kind of depending. Like, she throws up her food a lot, and we don't really have any particular reasons for it. She does cry all the time. I'm just going to mix these 2 shades together because I think they sent me the right shade, but I'm just going to mix them together. She does throw up, like I said, 3 or 4 times a day. She does cry a lot, like when she uses the bathroom or when she's just kind of wandering around. And, you know, we recently went to the vet and we've had a conversation with our vet about Callie's situation. And, you know, he has known about, like, you know, her for quite some time. And he was just like, okay, I'm always going to be the type of person. I'm going to tell you guys straight up exactly how things are and how things, you know, should be and whether or not an animal is suffering. And he goes, I'm never going to steer you wrong or lie to you. So he's like, we're going to make an appointment this month in May for Callie to come in. And we're going to have to, you know, talk about this conversation. And I pretty much knew when we talked about this conversation, because my husband is pretty much saying that he thinks it's her time. And I am struggling with it because I don't know how to tell when it's somebody's time. Does that make sense? Like, but Jace was kind of obvious because, like, Jace was throwing up blood, and so we kind of knew that it was his time, and we knew that he had stomach cancer. Callie's just really old. She's deaf. She gets disoriented a lot, and she's still just like a sweet cat that like likes to lay in the sun and likes to run around and likes to, you know, be a big lap, like a cuddler. And I'm looking at Corey and I'm looking at my vet and I'm just like, how do I justify this decision? Like, how do I justify this decision to potentially let her go? And my vet said that's why he'll come in, you know, and he'll make that decision for us because he knows how difficult this decision can be. And so he pretty much did tell us that, you know, we need to, God, this is so freaking yellow. Like, what the hell? He goes, we need to kind of have this conversation that this might be a path that you guys have to be ready for, of ultimately putting her down. And I am absolutely struggling with the decision of having to put Callie down because I can't justify taking like an innocent animal's life. And I don't know if she's suffering. You know, my vet said that he'll make that call when he sees her, but he said we need to prepare that this is going to be the outcome because of her age, because of all the symptoms that we told him. And so I posted a picture of just me taking what little time I know I have left with her and just kind of spending it with her. But like, I can't imagine like moving into our new house and like not having my cat there because I've had her for 17 years. She was 1 year old when we first got her, and she turned, like I said, she turned 18 in January. And like, how do I like envision moving into a house, finding like a house? She's only ever lived in apartments, and like not having her there. I want to cry, so I did stop the camera for just a second, but I just, like I said, I can't envision not having her there. So as soon as I know more details, I will let you guys know. I'm struggling with the idea of letting her go, and I just can't tell if I'm being selfish or what. I just know that she isn't really gaining any. She's losing a lot of weight. She does throw up her food all the time. It looks like she's in pain, and the idea of just like, one, I don't want her to suffer is one thing, but then two, just how do I let her go? And I've had her for like 17 years. It's a huge struggle for me. So yeah.
So if I don't end up talking about it, that's probably why, just because I get really emotional even thinking about it. I'm going to put on my lips this Dominique Cosmetics lip balm. This is going to be in the shade called, I don't know, I can't read it. It's in like a cursive. What I really like about it is that it does twist to unlock. I just want to put something on my lips right now. I will say the longevity on these are not that long, because I did wear these since I got them. They're a really nice, pleasant scent. It's like a nice, like chocolate, this is like a nice, like it's not. This smells like a chocolate muffin. This smells like chocolatey. But these just have like a nice little sheer tint of color. Nice like flavored scent, and I really just like the fact that these kind of look like the Laneige lip balm with it being really squishy, but then you get twist to lock it in place. So I think is really really nice. But I just want to put something on my lips, and this is way too yellow. Why is this yellow? I don't recall this being this yellow. I look like I have jaundice. This is horrible. I'm supposed to go to the movies after this, and I look way too yellow. This is absolutely horrendous. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. That sucks. Okay. So yeah, if I end up not wanting to talk about Callie that much, is because I physically am struggling to get through the conversation, and I know like I'm okay right now, but it's because I'm fighting it back, because like I said, I just I love this cat so much, and the idea of having to say goodbye to her is something that I definitely struggle with, because like I said, I've had her for so long. So I'll definitely like keep you guys up to date. But we are moving into a house that we are renting. We're moving in the next month and a half, and so far the process has been okay. It's not been my favorite process. The reason why I say this is because the house we're moving into, it's with a property management. So the property management is like the middleman between us and the owner. And when we first signed the lease, we were so excited, because like I was like, oh my gosh, we're finally going to get a house in the backyard. This is going to be so exciting. But they work with a company that provides renter's insurance and an internet package. Now, when we first were meeting with them, they said that we had every single right to opt out of the renter's insurance that they provided, and the internet package, we have a right to opt out as long as we could show proof that we have our own renter's insurance. And if we want to provide our own internet, we absolutely can. So I said, okay, perfect. I'm going to provide my own internet, even though it's by the same company, like it's by Spectrum. I have to have a certain level of speed, because I pretty much do primarily work from home, and what they were offering is definitely a lot less than what I would need. So I opted out of the renter's insurance. I was able to provide my own and showed proof that I have my own insurance. I got approved for that. But then when it came to opting out of the group internet package, I got denied. And they won't tell me why. They will not tell me why whatsoever as to why I got denied opting out of the renter's insurance. And so I emailed them several times. They won't get back to me. And I did email my property management, and they also did not get back to me either. And I did ask them, like, why did I get denied? And they said, ask your property management. So I did. And like I said, I haven't heard from them. And we're supposed to we're supposed to go get our keys at the end of May. And so I'm going to ask them, like, what is going on? You guys said we had the right to opt out, and now that we're getting denied, and they're kind of blaming you guys. So far, my experience hasn't really been the best. My husband, he is very much like the glass is, half full type of situation on this one. So he's like, it's okay. It's not a big deal. He goes, worst case, it's still cheaper than what we're paying now, because it's like included in our rent. He goes, I'm not worried about it. That means I have to pay more, like $60 more to have this included, so be it, I will. Like, I'm not that pressed by it, because at the end of the day, it's still cheaper than what we're paying currently as we speak. And I'm just like, I know, but we're being paying for a service that we're not even gonna freaking use. And it's just frustrating. He is still very much just like, this is so okay, like, this is fine, like, I don't care. And I'm just like, but why are we paying for something that we're not going to use? Like, why would they give us the option to opt out, and then when we do, they're denying us, and they're like not even telling us why? And he's just like, it's great. So we have like obviously two different personalities on this. I hate change with a passion, like I really do. So like, I'm happy to move into a house, like, don't get me wrong, I am happy about it, but at the same time, I love my home. This is my home. Like, this is my home. For the last 6 years, I've lived in this apartment. Not even just this apartment. For the last 8 years, I lived at this complex. And since 2011, I lived physically on this street. I just went from one complex to another. And I have lived here since 2011. So the idea of just like leaving this area as a whole, it definitely makes me sad. It definitely like makes me sad, because like I said, I love my home. I love my area so much. And this is just like where we take our dogs. This is where we got married. This is where we got engaged. This is where we got Kayako. This is where I started my YouTube channel. So like the idea of leaving, like, So yeah, that's kind of like, you know, my life at the moment. I just don't like that concealer at all. You know what's so funny is ever since I said I didn't like this, Milk Makeup has not really responded to me, and I'm just like, oh no, did I make them mad? That's kind of like where my life has been at the moment. I am on my, I think, second week of working for the Social Nexus agency with Cody, and I will say I didn't really know what to expect going in, but he is such a great boss to work for. But man, I didn't realize how much, oh my God, it's been sitting here right this whole time. I didn't realize how much expectations I kind of put on myself to make sure I do such a thorough job with this job. Like I consistently, oh my God, I grabbed the wrong product. I didn't mean for this. I'm going to go into this right here. I didn't realize, like I said, I kind of went to this job kind of like not knowing what to expect. And I will say it's definitely harder than I expected. I thought this would be really easy. Like it's an easy job, yes. But at the same time, I put a lot of pressure on myself to perform above and beyond because I just want to make sure that he knows what type of employee that I am. And I'm a very hardworking employee. And when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. Like I literally throw myself into my jobs. And I just want to make sure that, like, you know, he thinks I'm doing an adequate job. And so, like, I have never put so much pressure on myself. Like, even when I'm at my Disney job and there's like a slow moment at my Disney job, I'm then working for the Social Nexus job. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like so much pressure. And there was like a day last week that my coworker, she was trying to talk to me about something. I don't remember what she was trying to talk to me about. And I remember I looked at her, I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I'm so not trying to be rude, but I'm not paying attention. She's like, what is it you're doing? I'm like, I'm trying to do work for my other job. She's like, oh, got it. Because, like, we're allowed to do that stuff just because when there's downtime, like, they know I have another job. So they were totally okay with me getting my work done for another job, which was very interesting to be at my Disney job, but then do work for my social media job. Very interesting. But they kind of accepted that when they first hired me because they knew that I did do social media for a living. So they were kind of like okay with me working on multiple projects at one time or multiple jobs. So yeah, it's just been a very interesting position that I put myself in, especially because like I had forgotten that I had also applied for other jobs too before I ended up getting the job with Cody. So I have been getting people reaching back out, asking for interviews and stuff like that. I'm just like, all right. And Cody's like, what are you doing? Why are you taking on some more interviews? I'm like, well, why not? Why not? Like, I don't ever want to turn down money. I don't ever want to turn down money. I don't ever want to turn down an opportunity. What happens if something works out for me? You know what I mean? So your girl is just kind of taking on a lot, guys. I haven't taken on any new jobs, but like at the same time, I've definitely been putting that pressure on myself. And my husband's like, what are you doing? You can relax just a little bit. It is okay. The Stay Baked bronzer. I kind of forgot that I had this, not gonna lie. I am kind of disappointed in this one size foundation. I did not realize how yellow it pulled. I don't know why foundations do that. Like NARS foundation also pulls very yellow, and I'm a very, very neutral undertone. But like it's at the point now I'm like, damn, should I just start going like very, very cool tone? But then it's when if I go cool tone, it might end up pulling very pink on me. I'm like, but I don't want it to be super pink either. So I'm just like, why is this a thing? Like I just don't understand why this is a thing where higher end foundations tend to pull more yellow. And I'm not the only one that noticed it because a lot of guys in my comment section say the same thing about some of these brands. I'm gonna lay this all over my lid so that I have like a nice easy bronzer shade on my lid. That way I can just put that setting powder, that way I can put the Patriot Duo, it's just right on top. So I'm just going to quickly just lay this all over my lid. Okay, and I'm going to go into the Patriot Ideal. This is the We Need Better Lighting. And I'm going to take this shade right here. I'm just going to literally tap this just on the lid because I forget that I have these, honestly. Like, truly I do. And look how quick and easy that is to do. So quick and easy. So pretty. All right. Then for blush, we're going to go into the Sense Beauty blush right here. This is going to be the shade called Riveting Rhubarb. I've been doing like a lot of these videos lately. I've been doing like a chatty get ready with me. You guys seem to really enjoy those style videos as much as I enjoy making them. Just because like I feel like we have like a great way to connect with each other. And I just really like sitting down, playing with makeup, and kind of like just chatting with you guys about life. Some people say I may be too open, but you know what? I'd rather be too open than not share anything with you guys at all. I'm going to go into this as a highlight. I love sharing my life with you guys. And yeah, you know, sometimes it means I open the door to criticism or people judging, but it is what it is. I'm not going to like change myself for anybody. I love sharing my life with you guys, and I have no shame in that whatsoever. I'm going to go in the IT Cosmetics. This used to be my favorite mascara, but it was like the normal superhero one. But this is the waterproof, and I'm going to use this to curl my lashes. I honestly just realized I don't know how old this is. And I also realized I have so much makeup to move. Like, it's not even funny how much makeup I have to move. I was thinking about doing a declutter beforehand, but I'm not entirely sure. Normally I do declutters twice a year, but I don't really know what the plan is this time around. Just because we're trying to figure it out. This would be the first time I'm ever paying for movers, just because like we just have a lot of heavy shit. And ever since Corey's like heart issue, I don't want to really push him. So I'm going to pay for movers to come move a lot of our stuff. And we were calling around getting some quotes of like how much something like this is going to cost. And like we were definitely quoted different numbers for sure. So we're going to try to move as much stuff as we can on our own, but like save all the heavy stuff for movers for the most part. But try to move as much as we can. And pretty much, I think I'm just going to take my dresser drawers out behind me, just take them off the hinges and then like just bring it myself. Same thing with like my palette collection over here, but my books, y'all. My books are insane. Like how many books I have, like it's not even funny. I've been filling up totes every day with books. And like I can't even lift it out of my room. That's bedroom with Corey's office. It was like kind of a mix of both. We completely broke that down. So now it's just an empty space where we have the bed laying against the wall. We've been putting everything we're moving into that room. And putting my tote container in there, I looked at Corey and I was like, I have a lot of freaking books. And he's like, yep. And I was like, oh my gosh. I remember when I first moved to my first apartment with Corey, it was on the 3rd floor. And my dad had to help me move all of my books out. And I remember the boxes that I used completely broke and all the books fell everywhere. And I remember my dad being like, you have so many fucking books. How do you read this much books, or do you need to save it? And you know, the thing is though, as a little girl, I have always dreamed of having like a massive library like Belle from Beauty and the Beast. And I know that's kind of like unrealistic. But like at the same time, I am the type of person, I don't like decluttering books or getting rid of books. But like I did do it the last 2 years in a row. I did declutter and I got rid of a lot of books. Also, there's a website called World Use Books or something like that. And it's really cool. You literally go on to the website, you scan the book, like your book, like you scan it. And they'll buy your book back. Now, granted, they're buying your book back for like 68 to 70 cents. They're buying it back for a freaking cheap. And if they have way too much of it, oh, you're getting like 10 cents, right? But if they have little, you'll get more. So kind of just like really kind of depends on like what they're looking for. So I like sold like 25 to 30 books. And I think I got back in total like 25 bucks, something like that. But the best part about it is that they provide the shipping label for you. So it doesn't matter how heavy your box is, they provide that shipping label for you and it's completely free on your end, and you just go and sell your used books. I mean, granted, like I said, you're getting pennies on the dollars for it. You're getting pennies for it. But it was a great way for me to start, you know, selling my collection, because like a lot of like places that I would donate books to wouldn't exactly take some of the books that I was donating, and or some of the used bookstores I was trying to go to get them to, I'm going with this by the way, get them to buy my books. They were like, no, we don't need those books here. So I was like, what do I do? So it just became a little bit of a challenge trying to figure out like what I can get to work for me. And I found that. And I found that that worked out really nicely. This is going to be a good color. This YSL Kiss Shaper lip liner. I don't know if this would be a good match, but we're going to find out. So I'll have that place linked down below if you guys do want to check it out. It's a great spot to like buy used books. And to also sell your used books too. All right, I'm gonna take a little bit of that Pat McGrath lipstick right here. This is called Nude Oasis. Instead of going in with the Morphe lip gloss, I'm actually gonna use my Lunar Beauty one. This is in the shade called Celine. This used to be my favorite. I switched it up just because I was like, oh, I'm trying like Lunar Beauty again. Let me put on this. This is a really old gloss, mind you. So just take a little bit of that Morphe gloss too, just to add a little bit of extra shine. Ooh, look at that. All right, then to set the face, we're gonna go into my Nakia Joy Cosmetics Velvet Finishing Powder. I'm actually gonna miss 2 different finishing powders because I still kind of want to lighten up my face because it's a little bit still too yellow for me. So I'm gonna take another finishing powder to put on top of it just because I'm not really the happiest with like the shade match, but we're gonna still find a way to make this work. So I went in with that, and then I'm going to take my Huda Beauty one right here as well, because this one adds a little bit of a lighter cast to the face. So we're going to take this as well. Hopefully that will lighten that up just a tiny bit. Or it makes me look a little bit more yellow. Okay, well there's that. Okay, well that's fun. All right, let's set the face with the Milk Makeup Pore Eclipsing Mattifying Primer. Okay guys, so this is gonna be the final look right here. I think it did turn out really pretty, minus like the foundation kind of giving off like a yellow vibe. I do think it turned out really pretty and really happy with how my makeup looks overall. So let me go ahead and zoom you guys out and we'll wrap up this video. Okay guys, so this is the final look. I do like how it turned out for the most part. I think the thing that throws me off more than anything is gonna be the foundation. It's just a little bit too yellow for me. It may not come out way off in camera, but in person, it's just a little too deep and it's a little bit too yellow-ish, where I try to save it as best I could, but it just wasn't that easy to save. So that's something I'm going to definitely take note when I do my declutters. Might be something that I might end up having to get rid of, especially because at the end of the day, I did hear that these are being discontinued because a lot of them are really, really heavily on sale. It's why like my friend Lee Janae has gone over to NARS. Even though I had the NARS foundation, it's not a holy grail for me because she was saying that these are being discontinued. So it's something I definitely want to take note. I don't want to keep something in my collection unless it's something I really love that's been discontinued. I want to keep rotating it out with products that I know and love. But at the end of the day, I love doing these style videos because it allows me to go through my collection and use products that I generally forgot about. This is why, like I always tell you guys, that you don't need to go out and buy a full face of new makeup just to make really pretty looks. Do I love doing full face of new makeup? Yes, because it's also my job to test new makeup, but you don't need to. You could definitely use what you have in your collection to create a really beautiful makeup look. So yeah, that's kind of my video today. Sorry, it was just kind of like all over the place in terms of me talking to you guys. Like I was kind of doing like a get ready with me, but also shop my stash at the same time, and it just was kind of like a mess. But with that said, besties, I'll make sure I link everything I tried down below if I can. But with that said, that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already. So I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys have my other channels are for life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful paid members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. You guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribe, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, besties, I love you. I'll see you guys in the very next video.